Bueno, muy buenos días a todas las personas que se van, buenos días, perdón. Buenas tardes acá en Colombia a todas las personas que se van conectando a esta sesión informativa con Colfuturo y con la Universidad de Waikato. Como lo pueden ver en la presentación, hoy vamos a hablar sobre la oferta académica que les va a brindar esta universidad, asimismo como opciones de financiación, todo el tema de admisión, costos, toda aquella información que es importante para que ustedes puedan tomar la decisión de hacer su posgrado en el exterior. Así que antes de continuar, me voy a presentar muy brevemente. Mi nombre es Lady Velázquez. Probablemente si ustedes ya han participado en otras sesiones, saben que soy parte del equipo de Colfuturo del área de consejería académica y acompaño usualmente estas sesiones para ayudarlos en el tema de las preguntas después de la presentación del expositor. En este caso, si ustedes tienen preguntas, pueden ir escribiéndolas en la cajita de Q&A y al final de la sesión las vamos a responder. Y también les presento acá a nuestra representante de la universidad, que la pueden ver en la cámara. Nos está acompañando Anne, que es representante de esta universidad y nos va a compartir toda esta información que ya les mencioné. Así que en este caso, sin más introducción, también nos van a comentar sobre el convenio que tenemos y cómo ustedes pueden acceder a este beneficio. Así que Anne, you can start with your presentation.
Great, thank you. And thank you for having me here today. My name is Anne Young, and I am from the International Office at the University of Waikato. And I'm here today to introduce the university to you, tell you a little bit about what we have to offer in the way of our postgraduate programs, and also explain the support services that we provide to students. I'll speak for about 20 minutes, and there'll be a time at the end for some questions. So firstly, the University of Waikato is based in Hamilton, is our main campus. Hamilton is an inland city in the North Island of New Zealand that you're able to see there. And we're situated about 40 minutes from our largest city of Auckland. We're also situated in what's called the Golden Triangle of New Zealand. So the Golden Triangle is between Auckland, Hamilton, and Tauranga, which you will see on the map. And that is where over 50% of New Zealand's population live. So as you can see, a lot of New Zealand's population live in a very small area, and that area also accounts for 50% of the country's economic activity and GDP. So it's a really exciting and fast-paced place to live. The university has two campuses, our main one in Hamilton. Hamilton is also New Zealand's fourth largest city, and Tauranga, which is situated on the east coast of the North Island of New Zealand. You'll be able to see on the map, and that is New Zealand's fifth largest city. So why us? Why study at the University of Waikato? Well, we believe that the University of Waikato will provide you with the knowledge and experience that you need to achieve your career and your life goals. We have a strong focus on academic excellence and innovation, and our graduates are known for making a big difference in the world around them. In terms of our rankings, we are placed 331st in the world, and we are the top New Zealand university for research. And that is measured by the number of citations per faculty member. So that means that universities around the world share our research. So that's something that we are really proud of. We have 15 subjects and subject areas ranked in the top 300 globally. So those subjects that are highly ranked in the top 300 are in accounting and finance, education, English language and literature, communication and media studies, geography, hospitality, leisure management, law, philosophy, and sociology. So through the QS rankings, we have an excellent 5-star ranking that you can see on the screen there. We also rank 83rd in the world in the Times Higher Impact rankings. Now, these are rankings that score universities against the Sustainable Development Goals set by the United Nations. We also have a number of accreditations, and you will see by the badges on the screen there. We hold Triple Crown status, which is a status held by our business school, the Waikato Management School. You see that AACSB, Aquis, and Amber badges on the screen. Only 1% of the world's business schools hold all three of these accreditations, and we are one of those universities. The University of Waikato's Faculty of Computing and Mathematical Sciences is also the first and only New Zealand member of the international group of iSchools. And this is a partnership of all of the world's leading information technology schools. The 2021 Student Barometer has also surveyed over 65,000 international students studying all around the world. And more than 90% of our students have been satisfied with their experience, which is above the national average and above the average of all of the universities that took part. So in addition to these really great rankings and accreditations that we have, we also have the benefit of being quite cost effective as well. We're cheaper than many other countries. We also have excellent employability statistics. All of our degrees contain a work integrated learning component, which might be a project or an internship. And this allows students to connect with local employers. This has contributed to excellent employment statistics after graduation. We know that 85% of our graduates are employed in their field of study within 12 months of completing their qualifications. As mentioned, we have 2 campuses, and I'd like to show you a little bit about what it's like at both of those campuses, as they are quite different. Firstly, Hamilton. As mentioned, this is our main campus. It's situated in the vibrant multicultural city of Hamilton. It has many outdoor activities, shopping malls and eateries just a short drive away. And I'll show you a short video so you can get a feel for what the Hamilton campus is like. So hopefully that gives you some idea of what it's like to be a student in Hamilton. And now I'll show you what it's like to study in Tauranga. So Tauranga, as mentioned, is on the east coast of the North Island of New Zealand. It hosts New Zealand's best beach. I am located here in Tauranga. So the university opened its own campus here in 2019. And it's a fantastic place to not only study, but live and work. I will show you that campus now. So hopefully now you're excited about coming to one of our beautiful campuses. But let's get into some of the more academic information about our university. Firstly, I'd like to cover entry requirements and give you some information about our postgraduate qualifications. So firstly, our general master's degrees. Students require a bachelor's degree with a major being at least 3 related courses for at least 9 credits that share a theme or focus with the degree program that you plan to do. So that's what we mean by the cognate major. So having those programs that are related to the master's program that you intend to do. We also require a B+ average from your bachelor's degree. We also have a number of what we call conversion master's programs. So these are for master's programs where you don't need to have studied a related undergraduate degree. So for example, the Master of Professional Accounting, you don't need an undergraduate accounting degree. You can actually enter the Master of Professional Accounting from any undergraduate degree program, as long as you have a B- minimum. So these conversion qualifications allow students from any background to come and study them. So this is the same with our most popular program, which is the Master of Business and Management. It's a great alternative to an MBA program, and students with any background can enter this program and develop excellent skills in all areas of business and management. So they would develop strong communication and problem-solving skills and build confidence to lead teams and organisational change. So those are the 2 different entry requirements for our core master's programs and our conversion master's programs. In terms of PhD, they require a master's degree for entrance. So that master's program needs to be a research master's programs. So by that, I mean that the program can't be fully taught. The student has to have undertaken a dissertation or a thesis. And students are required to have a B+ average. So in terms of what we offer, the University of Waikato's academic departments are grouped into divisions, faculties, and schools. We have 5 main groupings. So the Division of Arts, Law, Psychology, and Social Sciences, the Division of Health, Engineering, Computing, and Science, the Division of Education, the Waikato Management School, and the Faculty of Māori and Indigenous Studies. So within these divisions, there are 11 schools, which you can see listed on the screen in front of you. So in addition to these 5 divisions and the schools that you see here, we also have the University of Waikato College and the School of Graduate Research. The School of Graduate Research is where all of our our PhD programs will sit. Now, I won't cover all of our postgraduate programs because we do have a large number of them, but I will overview some key programs within our schools over the next few slides, starting with the Waikato Management School. So there are 7 key postgraduate programs within this division that are listed here. All of these programs are very popular and range from specialist knowledge, for example, the Master of Management Studies. So this goes into depth with management structures, but then we have more broad business qualifications such as the MBM, which I mentioned earlier, which covers all aspects of business. You can see there what our entry requirements are and also how long it would take you to undertake that degree. you'll notice in most cases we have 180-point masters, taking anywhere between 12 to 18 months, depending if students want to study over our summer school period. This next slide shows programs within health, engineering, computing, and science. So all of these programs have 18 months durations, and most have intakes in both trimester A and trimester B. So that is February and July. And you can see the entry criteria is specified there. We also have many popular programs within education. As you are able to see there, our entry requirements are listed, and in most cases, students require a B average to enter those programs. One set of programs that we didn't have there is in the School of Arts, Law and Social Sciences. We do have a range of master's programs, such as the Master of Arts, the Master of Social Sciences, and the Master of Laws. Within Master of Arts and Master of Social Sciences, there are a wide range of majors that students can choose. And with our programs, particularly in the field of arts, law and social sciences, they do have flexible intakes. So meaning that students can enter them in February or July, and they take between 12 to 18 months to complete. But now I'd like to move on to the New Zealand PhD program. Firstly, the great news is that most students can pay domestic fees for completing a PhD in New Zealand, and that costs about 7,000 New Zealand dollars. So you need supervision from 2 staff members for your PhD, but you don't need to find that supervisor yourself. We will do that for you. While you're in New Zealand, if you have a spouse, they are able to work, and your children can study at a New Zealand school and not pay international fees, which is a huge bonus as well. So all applicants for PhD programs go through our higher research degrees application process, but we have a range of research opportunities available as well. So it's a good idea to check out the website, which tells you what kind of PhD candidates we are looking for at the moment for particular studies that we would like to get underway. And we have 3 deadlines to apply for PhD. So the one coming up next is the 31st of May. We also have a 30 September deadline. I mentioned a little earlier the Waikato Pathway College. So this is a part of the university that delivers English language courses to students who haven't met the English language criteria, and also provides programs for students who haven't met the academic entry criteria for master's programs. So we have a diploma of postgraduate preparation that takes about 8 months, and that prepares students for entry into a number of master's programs, which are all listed there. In terms of some other key information about studying at the university, accommodation, we have many different accommodation options available to students. In Hamilton, we have 3 halls of residence and also 2 self-catered accommodation apartments on campus in Hamilton. The self-catered ones are where students can organise their own meals. But here I have listed our halls of residence, and you can see the prices per week and per 37-week school year on the screen. In Tauranga, we have 1 halls of residence. It is off campus, but it's only a short 5-minute walk from campus, and you can easily see the accommodation from the main teaching block. We also have an accommodation office that will help you if you're looking at private rentals or homestay accommodation. In terms of scholarships, I know scholarships is a very important thing for international students. We have a range of different scholarships that reward not only academic ability, but leadership potential, community spirit, sporting skills, and creative and performing arts talent. And we really appreciate the diversity of our student background. So we try and provide funding for students from all backgrounds where we can. One of our major scholarships is the Vice-Chancellor's Excellence Scholarship. It's up to $15,000 and can be applied to either postgraduate or undergraduate programs. So the minimum that we give out to students is $2,500, and it increases from there. So it goes up to $15,000 annually. So the amount is determined by a student's intended program of study, how many credits they enroll in, whether they enroll in a full-time load, and what their GPA equivalency is. So we do give a higher amount for students who have achieved really, really well in their previous study. We also do take into account financial need. So that the amount that a student will receive through the Excellence Scholarship is determined by our scholarships office. At a very least, students do need to have an equivalency of a B+ average in their previous study. So there's lots of information about scholarships and other scholarships that we offer. So please do go online and check out the scholarship site. And so that is all the information I have for you today. Hopefully I haven't gone too far over time. There is a lot of information on our website, and I've also put my email address down there. You're welcome to contact me if you have any specific questions about studying, or if you just want to know some more general information about the university. I would be very happy to help you. And thank you for listening to me today. I hope to meet some of you in New Zealand at some point. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to go ahead with the questions. So I have the most important one that we got from social media, says that, can you tell us about, like, how is the life in New Zealand? How's the daily life in this country?
I mean, I would say we're quite a laid back and relaxed place to live. I think the Kiwi attitude, which is what we call New Zealanders, are quite casual, friendly, and the lifestyle is quite relaxed. Many of, particularly in either Hamilton or Tauranga, we live relatively close to the beach. We live with good weather year round, and we have really vibrant communities. So there's always lots of things to do and get involved with.
Thank you. And also they're asking about the cost of living. Can you tell us more about it?
So the cost of living is cheaper than studying in other cities of New Zealand, but in also relative countries like Australia. In terms of housing, being quite a small country, if you're looking for accommodation outside of the university, it can be a little bit difficult to find and can be a little bit more expensive than what it would be if you were living on campus. But in saying that, it's still cheaper than looking in other major centres of New Zealand or in Australia. In terms of the eating out and buying from the supermarket, it is relatively cost effective. In fact, on our website, we list some prices of some key things that you can get all around the world. So a bottle of milk, for example, a Big Mac burger, and we compare the prices in a lot of different countries. So definitely check out the cost of living section on our website, which will show you how cost effective New Zealand is. But I want to be realistic and say that if you are looking for accommodation that's off-site in either Hamilton or Tauranga, it is quite difficult to find, and you will find the price being higher. So I would definitely look at that on-site accommodation, either in the halls of residence or in the self-catered accommodation.
Okay, good. And also, they want to know about the work experience. They have the opportunity to work while they are studying?
Yep, so all of our master's programs have a work integrated learning component within them. So we call it work integrated learning because in some cases, those are internships where you will actually go into a company and undertake a role within that company. But sometimes it might be a project. So in some cases, we would have a company say to us that they need help with developing a new website, for example. So we would pass that on to students within a program and they would work on that, but not necessarily inside the company, but they would deliver this project for the company. So there's a lot of different work integrated learning opportunities, but every program has the opportunity to meet employers through that program, which leads to really good outcomes into work after they finish. Our goal is that students who are studying particular programs get to meet key employers within the region who employ graduates. So they have an opportunity to meet them, build those connections, and then pathway into employment when they finish. We also have a program that allows students to volunteer at these key businesses through an employment program. This gets listed on their transcript, but also helps them to engage with those employers and make those important connections to pathway into work.
Good, thank you, Anne. And then we have two last questions. And they want to know about, like, if they want to travel with their family, with their couple, with the kids, they have like a help from you, like a program, or do you offer any, I don't know, any help for them in these cases?
Yeah, a lot of our postgraduate students do travel with their families. So we will offer assistance in terms of if you tell us that you have a spouse or children going through that visa process to apply for all of your family to come to New Zealand. And when you get to deciding whether you're coming to Hamilton or Tauranga, we can also advise of schools. If you want your children to go into local primary schools or high schools, we can give advice on that and introduce you to the international directors at those schools to help make that enrolment process for your children much more simple. And there are also a lot of support services through our student support office who will give advice to your spouse in terms of where they can go as they look for work and to build connections here as well. So on the ground, absolutely, we can help the whole family as they settle here, but even pre-arrival, that important connections that you might need to make because of schooling or because of work, we're also happy to help out where we can.
Thank you. And the last question would be like a piece of advice. They want to know, what is the ideal student that the University of Waikato is looking for?
I guess we're looking for someone who is really interested to think outside the box. We talk about critical thinking. So we don't necessarily want someone who we just give information to and they give us the exact same information back, that we like them to think about things in their own mind and give us back their opinion on things. So in general, we like students from a wide range of different backgrounds and different countries, different nationalities, but ultimately we want students who will get really involved and don't be afraid to challenge things, talk to your lecturers, have constructive arguments, and really try and push things forward. And we really encourage students to really get involved like that. And I think they get the most out of their academic experience when they are giving their own perspectives and challenging things that are said. And that sets them up really well for the future as well.
Okay, good. So that's all the questions that we have. Yeah. But if you have more questions regarding the university, you can contact Anne. You have here the email address. And also if you want to have more information regarding Colfuturo, you can send a message to our email that is yosefuturo@colfuturo.org. So thank you so much for all of the participation. Thank you, Anne, for being here and to share this useful information for all of us. And well, thank you so much and have a wonderful day, Anne. And for here in Colombia, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.